हरिः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। आनन्दमानन्दकरं प्रसन्नं ज्ञानस्वरूपं निजबोधयुक्तं योगीन्द्रमित्यं भवरोगवैद्यं श्रीमद्गुरुं नित्यमहं स्मरामि। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णं न भवति पुरुषो नो नपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं न विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नित्यशुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दं गुरुं ब्रह्म नमाम्यहम्। हरि ओम। Divya Atman. Today we will be discussing about Guru-Shishya relation. Guru-Shishya relation should be marked by three ascending stages which are accounted for in a variety of hymns of praise honoring the teacher, as for instance in the Guru Gita. The first one is the dualistic stage, characterized by the total obedience of the disciple to the master. Such an attitude is of crucial importance of bhakti. The Shishya must surrender himself totally at the Guru's feet. At the time of initiation, the pupil prostrates before the Guru, lying flat on the ground, as a fallen stick touching the ground with 8 limbs: hands, breast, forehead, knees and feet. One must dedicate all energies and skills to serve the master and obey his instructions without feeling burdened. This is the fundamental disposition which a guru adept must cultivate. Most followers, however, are so weak and not resolute enough in their faith or shraddha and surrender to the master, and this is the reason Why? They are thought to be incapable to progress any further in their spiritual practice. Now, the second stage is of the interiorization of the Guru. Through a variety of meditative practices, the disciple comes to recognize the presence of the Master within himself, that is, in his own heart. The discovery of Guru within as Atman leads to the recognition that he is the ultimate divine principle. What lies at the core of one's being is none other than the true Guru, that is Sadguru. The exterior Guru and the inner Guru are experienced as one and the same and coincide with one's true identity. Once the pupil's intellect is purified, he realizes that the exterior Guru is but a reflection of the luminous inner Sadguru. The final stage of Guru-Shishya relationship is of the universalization of the Guru principle. The disciple becomes aware that the Guru Tattva is not limited to his inner realm but is rather omnipresent. All dualistic distinctions between inner and outer, subject and object, you and me, etc., fade away, and one comes to realize that there is only one reality which coincides with the Guru Tattva. Whatever the Shishya sees, touches, hears, tastes, etc., he recognizes as being none other than Brahman, which fills the entire cosmos. As Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. The world there is full, the world here is full. Fullness from fullness proceeds. After taking fully from the full, it still remains completely full. Thus, the pupil or the disciple experiences the entire world and every creature, subspecies, as Brahman. Devotion to the name and form of the physical Guru is not abolished, but rather sublimated and universalized here. Hari Om Tat Sat.